Hello, humans and non-humans alike, and good applies to you. And today, we are back
If Swansea
on
is
Vampyr.
not my attacker, it means somebody else came here tonight. Someone must know something.
Well, we are currently investigating a killer.
Evening, sir. Can I help you?
I have
And
a
I
few
am also
questions
going to be
for
munching on some watermelon.
Well, if you must.
Again, perfectly
you.
understand
I
why
spoke
nobody
to
wants to
Dr.
talk
Swansea.
to you.
He's not the man I'm looking for. Now, I want the truth.
The truth? What do you mean?
I suspect that someone else was here tonight, and I don't think Tom wants to tell me about it.
I'm just the barmaid here, okay? If Tom says you're the only visitor we had, then you're the only visitor we had.
I can feel your fear, madam. Please tell
Dude
me
covered
what's
in blood
going
for
on.
saying he can feel your fear.
William Bishop. He came in here earlier tonight and he... Well, I thought he was going to clock someone.
Why are you so afraid?
Why are you so afraid?
Despite
His
everything
skin.
else.
His hands. I scrubbed every glass and every chair that he touched. God, I hope it's not contagious.
What happened tonight?
What happened tonight?
He was dead drunk as usual. But my God, his eyes, his face. He
The
must have
watermelon.
caught something awful. He shouted and cried. It was terrible.
Don't
Tell
you
me
bother
about
the
this
man.
William Bishop.
Will was a sailor who worked at the canning factory before he lost that job. A nice bloke, really. He's never been violent. Until tonight.
Why keep it a secret? Why not tell me about it?
Tom's nothing if not loyal. After Will lost his job, he offered him one ear. They used to be good mates. But recently, well... Will started to get very aggressive.
I see. Thank you for your candor. I'll be sure to talk to Tom.
You just have a hint. Real secret about a citizen. As a vampire, you need human blood to evolve. The blood quality bar indicates the XP you learn if you feed on this citizen. Like hits increases the amount of experience. So basically, you could, as soon as you can, just drink their blood, or you could try to investigate them and unlock all these things to get even more experience for it, and then drink them dry.
Welcome back. Did you find what you were after?
Nope.
I can't say I have. Are you sure no one else came into your bar before I arrived?
Hey, I told you, you were the only other stranger I've had.
And it'll be blue if you can use one of your hints to talk to him.
Tom, talk to me about the visit from your old friend, William.
Yes, Will came by tonight, but he's not my friend anymore.
Who is he?
William? Just an old sailor who loves his gin too much. He worked for years at the canning factory before it closed.
Is he dangerous?
Yeah. Like many drunks, he's all bark and no bite. He can barely
Don't think
stand
that's
up
the
most
case
of the time.
anymore.
How was he tonight? Was he different?
Sicker than usual, perhaps. He whined and mumbled about how mean people were to him and how he'd like to talk to me outside, and then he left when I refused.
Good thing you didn't go out with him, otherwise he'd be dead.
Why lie to me if he is not your friend?
I didn't lie. I said you were my only unannounced customer, and that's the truth.
Yeah, he didn't buy anything, huh?
I need to find him. It's a matter of urgency. Do you know where he is?
You could try his boat. It's up by the North Pier. He sleeps there when he's too drunk to get home.
Please describe him to me.
What'd you expect? He's a tall, sick bastard with a bad rash and torn old clothes. William used to be strong. Now he's a mess.
Thank you, Tom.
If you see him, tell him I don't want him back here unless he cleans up his act, okay?
Yeah, sure, I'll see him, but I don't think he's coming back here with or without a cleaned up act. So, continuing. See? Well, what I mean about annoying. This is within range. The only reason I can't go... I can't, like, vampire poof. Vampire vanish. Nope. Use this damn railing.
Just run as far away from this place as I can.
The range on the contextual one is pretty long.
I will get to the bottom of this intrigue. What's been done to me? To this city?
I mean, I think you should be more concerned about yourself right now. You did sort of rip your sister's throat open. Well,
The
looks like
body
we
is
found our
still
man.
warm. This man has just been drained of blood.
This definitely will.
This man was armed. He tried to defend himself.
Anything I can use?
This corpse has been dried of its blood, just like the previous victim. Blood and empty gin bottles. This bishop fellow is something of a heavy drinker.
Well, he did tell you that already.
What's this? Some sort of note.
There we go. Object. Multiple deaths in the Docks region. We believe a nasty leech is involved. Locate the beast. Purge it quickly. Warning. According to recent reports, this vampire is very violent. Approach with extreme caution. I know we lack men in this part of town, but don't send rookies to investigate the case. If I'm correct, we've got a frenzied one killing each night. As always, search abandoned places first, like old houses, basements, sewers, or warehouses. Destroy the leech, brothers.
These men, they're a company of professional vampire hunters. There are blood splats on the other side of the canal. I must reach that barge.
Well, how professional are they? This one's dead. And the dude he's hunting is insane. Oh, there's hunters. He ain't resistant to nothing. Feel free to rip him apart. Thank you for the blood.
Ammunition crate. Good. I may need a lot of bullets. I feel like I'm back on the front line again.
Alright, that's... the gun is not equipped. Used revolver. You have main, offhand, serums. These are your abilities. This is ultimate, and this keeps track of what passives you have. And how high level they are. See? See? Summoners are resistant to certain types of damage. Orange indicates medium, red indicates high. I already mentioned that.
Best run along home, sir.
Uh...
Are you dead? Burn it, boy!
Oh, shit. Taste the blood. Are you sure about that? Thinking of being a frequent flyer.
See them
Nope.
fancy clothes? This... See them fancy clothes? This one's a top.
Fuck you.
Vermin.
Please. Devour the soul. New practices, new tactics. I know that some of our companions consider that the best advantage we have in our fight against leeches is that they can't go out during the day. Thus, we can hunt them down when they hide, powerless in their sleep. This is a rookie mistake. First, because vampires are clever. They have countless ruses and tricks to avoid being spotted in their den. Second, because they deploy many deadly traps to kill any intruders in what they consider their most precious sanctuary. Well, I mean, I just squat in whatever abandoned building I can find. What fucking precious sanctuary? I'd be ecstatic to have a precious sanctuary. It would cost us too much men and too much time to explore and eradicate vampires in their hideouts. The best tactic is to follow and destroy them when they really are vulnerable. When they hunt at night. It is much easier to attack them then, for they can easily be spotted. That's why the god of Priwen must evolve and deploy new tactics to hunt leeches. Small and mobile patrols, tactics based on technological advantages, modern communications. We can learn many things from the war in France. New strategy, new equipment, and new weaponry. Grenades, white phosphorus, ultraviolet light, bulletproof vests, and I will be right back. And back! And I also found more slices of watermelon that were hidden in the fridge. You can't hide the watermelon from me. Alright, where's this blood trail? Guys are often located near hideouts. To uncover every hideout you can, because there's occasionally stuff in them. Look, it says money. Shilling. So when they go to the pound and the euro. Yeah, no, again, it's a waste of resources to upgrade these. Don't waste resources. There's a reason why they don't make you upgrade it. Usually for tutorial stuff, they'd make you upgrade it. Hey, Noodle. With me today is also apparently the demon lord Luna Stitch Noodle.
Fresh blood.
Knuckleworm the Annihilator.
The whole building reeks of it.
That's her full title.
The scent is so strong it makes me dizzy.
Again, I can't grab the weapon. No. Alright, nope, can't grab the weapon. Damn. Hey, you don't eat watermelon. Why are you looking at the watermelon?
I had a drink outside tonight already and it did not quench my thirst.
Oh, dear God. Not again. William, please stop.
Just a sip. My dearest friend, you're my last and dearest friend.
Oh boy.
My arm.
And it's a two-handed weapon. To parry an incoming attack.
I can't feel it.
I'm really not good at parrying. Plus, there's another caveat of two-handed weapons they don't tell you about. They also take up the offhand slot. So you lose having two offhand weapons. Personally, it's not worth
This
it.
place reeks of bloodshed.
Oh my God, William. I can't stand it anymore.
This creature is bedeviled.
Oh,
I must
saw me.
put it down.
hey, William. Wow, okay, that was actually pretty good. Yeah. I am the vampire slayer. Yeah, this actually works really well in the playstyle I was going for. If I could time it right, see? Like I missed just then. I got him! Anyway, what was this bludgeon we just picked up? Main hand weapon. Does more damage than the machete, but is slower and uses more stamina.
William was an honorable man. I could have saved him.
No, you
Mr.
couldn't have.
Hampton, are you in there?
I knew him well, another lost soul, a kindred spirit.
Sir, listen to the sound of my voice. I'm a doctor. You're suffering from shock.
I must return to my flock. They'll stray without me.
Remember, certain skulls are every bit as resistant as we are.
Who are you? What do you mean by Skal?
You truly are a newborn. I should have realized.
Wait. You are the woman from the bar. Are you... like me? Can you help me?
I believe, sir, I already have.
No, you know what I mean, lady. I meant help me, as in help me.
By George and the Saints, you've solved the mystery of these terrible murders.
So you just
Patience,
happen
good
to
fellows,
know where
I've
we
come to
were.
offer help. Just give me a moment to secure my boat. We can leave this awful place.
Kill you myself,
William
Doctor.
was not the evil man they claimed. He was just taken by the thirst. He needed this drink.
This man requires medical attention. We'll see he gets to the nearest hospital.
No, please, I must tend to my fold. My flock needs me.
There, sir. Go with the good Dr. Swansea. He's resourceful, and I'm sure he'll take good care of you.
You'd best come as well. The sun is soon to rise, and you'll need a place to rest.
I just need a moment. If I can learn something about what has happened to William, I'll be a step closer to understanding what happened to me.
Oh, at least you're coherent. That's always good. Let's just also take a look around. Pick up everything! Anything useful! I might be able to sell these candles!
This poor creature can't be my maker.
Sell the fucking
Could
candles,
it be
nobody's in
some
the box.
subspecies of vampire? I must find a place to analyze the blood.
Yeah, let's kill this doctor! Take his boat! Yeah, no, that's a bad idea. Don't do that. I don't even think you can do that.
Where are we headed?
We're on our way to the Pembroke Hospital. It's just across the canal. They'll have a bed for poor Mr. Hampton.
William was... what manner of creature was he?
Predator, prey, villain, and victim. Who can say? The important thing is that he's been stopped.
Duly noted. And the woman? What... who is she?
What woman?
Oh, don't play me for a fool. You used me to locate that Skal. You must know who she is.
And I thought you a gentleman. You shouldn't talk about a lady behind her back, but I will tell you she values her privacy. Were London as peaceful as she appears from the middle of the canal? If only that were the reality of the situation.
To be honest, I've always tried to avoid this part of town.
Pembroke Hospital is the last bastion between the rest of London and the epidemic. The flu has decimated the East End and the war still rages. Welcome to the front lines of a plague.
This is where you work, Dr. Swansea?
I am the administrator of Pembroke Hospital.
I thought you were here in service of your mysterious order, the Brotherhood of...
Of St. Paul's Stole, yes. But first and
St. Paul's
foremost, I'm a
Stole?
man of science.
What did he steal?
A physician, like yourself.
Last name?
Dr.
Or just,
Reed.
just a really
How
good
do you know
thief
who I
thing?
am?
No need for modesty. You are Dr. Jonathan Reed, a surgeon of some caliber and renown, if I'm not mistaken.
You are correct, sir.
I knew it. I had my suspicions. But when you took the blood sample from the corpse of poor William, I was certain. Dr. Reed. Marvelous.
Have we met?
I attended 3 of your seminars before the war. I have the utmost admiration for your research. And what a turn
Great,
of
so I'm
fate.
a rich doctor.
England's most esteemed
Where's
blood
my money
specialist
at?
returns to London a vampire.
That word again. From a so-called man of science.
You hunger for blood, you can't die, and sunlight
Traditionally,
burns
the
you.
role of
What the
science
fuck
is
else
to
are you gonna
refute
call
myth,
yourself?
but when myth walks among us, the Brotherhood of St. Paul has dedicated its purpose to their study. There's so much for you to learn.
Of that, you are right.
Well, then let me be blunt. Join my staff at Pembroke Hospital. As a physician. I suspect you'll not find a better post of employment to contemplate your predicament.
This is sudden. I was returning home to see my sickly mother. But alas, that was before contracting this affliction.
Dr. Reed, take a moment to consider. The post would be for the night shift, providing a good explanation for your absence during daylight hours.
My absence during
You'll be
nighttime
adequately
hours.
reimbursed and have a place to hide.
Can't exactly work your
I even
patients.
had the forethought to bring some clean clothes. So, what do you say?
It seems I have little choice, but yours is a generous offer, so I thank you.
Brilliant! Oh, Jonathan, this is one for the book, and the beginning of a beautiful friendship.
And so began the tale of the hospital built to feed a vampire. I'm kidding. No, it could be worse. You know, you could just harvest the blood and take it in. You know?
Dr. Swansea, thank goodness. I was beginning to be concerned.
Worry no more, Nurse Crane, for I bring good news.
Oh, Doctor, what a night. We lost 2 more patients. Nurse Scow said she couldn't take it anymore and resigned.
Yes, well, I'll make a new rota in the morning. In the meantime, find a good bed for Mr. Hampton. Be sure to pay attention to his needs.
Of course, Doctor.
Oh, and Dorothy,
Yes, Doctor?
Dr. Reed here has just returned from the front. He served King and Country and will be joining us here at Pembroke. We're very lucky to have gained a surgeon of his talent, and one so experienced in blood transfusions.
That is good news indeed, Doctor.
Oh, yes. Here at Pembroke, it's not what we have, but what we haven't. It's only thanks to Nurse Crane and the staff that our ship doesn't sink. If you have any questions, just ask her.
Duly noted. Thank you.
Your assistance is required, Dr. Swansea, immediately.
Welcome aboard, Jonathan. We'll catch up after my rounds. Coming, Nurse Crane. I'm coming.
And be right back. And we're back. Again.
We'll have a word in my office later, Jonathan.
No? You guys can't get out of the way at all? Not a little bit? By the way, you can't use your vampiric abilities next to normal people.
Come on, you bastard! You can do better than that! Nah, it's my turn!
Oh, damn.
Rotten or pristine, each heart contains the secret of life. Drink at this river, try it all.
Well, shit. I literally just watched you shank someone multiple times and dump their body in the river. Oh, was he still alive?
Oh, come on, you bastard! I won't bite!
Sir,
Well, that's the guy you
please.
killed.
You've lost too much blood. Calm yourself.
Maybe
You think
nice
I
to him.
didn't notice? It's
Stop your staring and get me to an hospital, you arse!
Insulting a good Samaritan. Not exactly the way to get rescued.
I'll be as mean to you as I want to be.
Alright, sorry. I am in pain here. My guts are spilling out onto the street and you're yabbering on.
Yes. That's a very nasty wound you've got there. Take my word, I am a doctor. Dr. Jonathan Reed.
Name's Clay Cox. I'd appreciate you helping me to a better place, Doc.
Follow me, Mr. Cox. Let me assist you to that better place.
Yes, there are so many better places. It's mesmerized how you get them away from other people so you can drink their blood.
Bring this fading light into the shadows. Dance with him the dance of life and death.
Embrace, click lock, search a circle to release. Embracing, click will provide a massive XP boost, but be aware that there will be consequences. In all honesty, I kinda rather get more info about him and then drink his blood. Plus, I drank his blood last night.
Not tonight. Not like this. I will not take another life.
Oh, don't worry, you're gonna kill people. I am not going to be one of those people who just goes, I will not take a single soul of the innocent, yada 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 yada.
Whoa,
Shit.
I feel giddy.
Don't worry, I might come back for you. I might not.
It is wise for the huntsman to sometimes let his prey go. But no famished hunter can run for long.
Yeah, he definitely just wants me to kill and eat everyone. Whoever the voice is, it's bloodthirsty. Yep. Yep, let's rob the hospital as much as we can while we're at it. Hello.
Good evening, nurse. I'm Dr. Jonathan
Not
Reed,
the animated
new surgeon
nurse,
here.
just normal nurse.
Dr. Swansea has already told us about you, sir. I'm Nurse Gwyneth Brannigan. Welcome to the Pembroke Hospital.
Did he really? It's a good thing I wasn't hoping to keep a low profile.
All members of staff have already read about your new blood transfusion technique. Dr. Swansea made sure of that.
I see. Well, I'm a little surprised, but I suppose I'll just have to deal with this unexpected notoriety.
You must know, blood transfusions are Dr. Swansea's primary subject of research. He is
Vampire
convinced it
Geek
the
is interested in blood transfusion techniques. Why am I not surprised? Anyway,
How are things here?
the
Not
mesmerized
good, to say the
top
least.
left, you can only
We're
increase that
struggling
through doing
against
story
an invisible
missions.
enemy, more lethal than any bullet from a gun. It's hard, Doctor.
I don't know. You ever see a MAC-10?
An
Well,
invisible
you know what I mean.
enemy.
You ever
Quite
see a
a
Tommy?
terrific term for a disease, especially from a nurse.
Sorry, Doctor. These last few weeks have been exhausting. We could all do with a good night's sleep.
Wait, so when you're tired, you start waxing poetic?
Do you think this hospital can survive the epidemic?
That's a very
We're all
peculiar
volunteers,
condition.
and we're trying to hold fast, but how do we beat an invisible killer? Some nurses have already resigned.
Well, you know the drill. Drag it back and beat
I'm
them
not
to
familiar
shadow.
with all the staff yet. Perhaps you could help me.
Brilliant professionals, most of them. Dr. Swansea has a gift for recruiting talent.
Most of them. Is there a problem I should know about, nurse?
It would be inappropriate for me to speak ill of a colleague.
Is there anyone that stands out?
Well, I have never met someone as dedicated as Dr. Tippett's. He should be a standard for us all here. If only he were younger.
Why should his age be a problem?
I guess it's fair to say he's always pushing himself to the limits. He just doesn't know when to stop and get some rest.
Ah, older doctor.
Nurse Brannigan, if you do know something, please tell me. Anything you say will be held in confidence.
No, I may disagree with some conduct, but in the end, everybody is doing their best.
Are you sure about that? Your insistence not to say anything makes me think it's someone you actually like. And we don't
Goodbye,
have any
nurse.
hits.
Call me if you need assistance.
Doctor, where have you been? I've little time to play hide and seek with new staff members, no matter how illustrious they may be.
I found a wounded man by the docks. He answers to the name of Clay Cox. He requires urgent medical attention.
Already making the rounds? That's the Pembroke spirit. I'll ask our porter, Milton, to bring him back immediately.
Thank you, nurse. What can I do for you?
Dr. Swansea insisted we provide you a quiet office. You'll find it on the second floor with your name on the door.
Thank you. Nurse Crane, isn't it?
Yes,
Yeah,
Dorothy
related to
Crane.
Ichabod Crane, are
Welcome
you?
to Pembroke Hospital, Dr. Reed. Your office has been prepared.
Crane, a common
I would like to
name.
ask a few questions first. And Mr. Hampton, the patient we brought in, how does he fare?
I gave him a sedative to help him sleep. Poor thing was in quite a state of shock.
What kind of man is Dr. Swansea?
Well, you accepted the job from him. I thought you would have known about your employer.
Hey, it was
Apologies,
very
I've
different
only just met
circumstances.
him the once. This is sudden. I've only just returned to England.
Dr. Swansea is a brilliant surgeon and the most compassionate physician.
It's right to assume Dr. Swansea knows far more about me than I do about him.
You'll get to know him soon enough, and better than me. The administrator has better things to do than mix with us.
Why not? You seem to be a very competent nurse.
If you could point me in the direction of my room again, nurse.
Second floor of the hospital, left after the stairs. It's the last vacant office at the end of the corridor.
I mean, you could at least be polite and say,
Thank you, Nurse
Miss
Crane.
Crane. There you go. With the name, not just nurse. Alright. Remember, always be vigilant for things you can steal from the hospital. Hello, patients. How do you do? I'm staring at you through the window. Oh, wait. Ah, I can open this.
Good evening, sir.
So it is true. The famous Dr. Reed has joined us. I can't think of any
I'm
better
guessing you're
news during
Tippets.
these terrible times.
Do we know each other?
Actually, yes. We met once before, at the Rockefeller University in New York.
Dr. Tippets, yes, I remember. I was assisting Professor Carell in his research about coronary bypasses. He had nothing but praise for you.
He was also very confident about your future. And look at you now. Eminent surgeon and blood transfusion specialist.
I'm so good at blood transfusion, I can do it with my teeth.
What can you tell me about the staff in the hospital?
Some are really good, and others are not so good. But during this troubled period, there is no time for slander. I prefer to focus on the positive character traits.
Tell me more about cherished people, then.
Nurse Brannigan is a pearl. She is the most helpful and dedicated nurse I've ever worked with. A clever and cheerful woman.
You really seem to admire her skills.
There's some
I'll
love
go even
blooming
further.
among the
If she was a
decayed
man,
flesh.
she would be a damn fine practitioner.
Any opinion about the management?
I don't always agree with Dr. Swansea's reserve, but I must admit he does all he can to keep this facility running during this crisis.
Ah, yes, the burden of command. I was fed up with this concept while serving as a medical officer.
Don't get me wrong. Swansea's a good administrator. I just wish he would get out of his office now and again.
Yeah, get your ass down here in the trenches.
What is the Pembroke Hospital situation? And please, speak freely.
We're in the shit.
This hospital is not exactly the best of London. I'm sure you are used to working in a better environment.
It's more than enough. In any case, the personnel of a hospital are much more important to me than the building.
Don't be misled by appearances, Dr. Reed. This hospital does not lack talented people. It just lacks hope.
You're exhausted, Doctor.
You're exhausting yourself, Corcoran. Maybe you should think about preserving your strength.
No. We must keep on healing all those poor souls. We are the last rampart before chaos. Once more, unto the breach.
Nurse Brannigan's worried.
Nurse Brannigan is worried about you, Doctor.
She should not have told you that. I will have a word with her.
You don't have to blame her for her honesty.
I'm not that kind of man, my dear Jonathan. Actually, Nurse Brannigan's opinion is the only one I may listen to.
You definitely respect her opinion a lot, then, to say that. Considering all the doctors
Goodbye,
here and stuff
Dr.
you're actually close with. Anyway, in conversations involving hints, they have 3 options because there's usually 3 possible outcomes. 1, you fail, so you say the wrong thing, and you no longer have access to that hint, and the blood quality goes down. 2, nothing happens. It's a neutral response. 3, you get a new hint.
Good evening, sir. I'm
And
Dr. Jonathan Reed.
the right answer
I'm new
isn't
here.
always
I've already
the
heard about you,
agreeable
Dr.
one.
Reed. I'm Milton Hooks, the ambulance driver for this shithole of a hospital.
That's quite a blunt introduction, Mr. Hooks.
You can call me Milton. I like to speak my mind, Dr. Reed. Perk of the job. Don't judge me, and I won't judge you.
I'm not sure I understand what you're talking about.
Well, I'm no doctor, but I'm pretty sure a gun can't be used as a surgical instrument.
You have a keen eye. I learned to shoot during the war, and have carried one ever since.
Surprise! I could set a bone with a bullet.
No need to explain, Dr. Reed. And if you ever need a better gun, remember, I may have something for you.
And
I'd
this
like
guy
to see
sells
your
gun
goods.
shit.
Wise choice, Dr. Reed. A reliable gun is what everybody needs these days.
More specifically, a shotgun. In case you want to put a round in somebody in the hospital. Hey, my advice, don't sell anything.
Good evening, Milton.
Good evening, Doctor. Still trying to save lives?
Every day I'm not draining them dry.
So what do you do exactly in this hospital? Apart from smuggling guns, I mean.
I've been an ambulance driver since... too long, I guess. I bring sick people here night and day. It's a dirty job, but I get it done. Most of the time.
Since you're on the front line, how is the sanitary situation in this vicinity?
It's a complete disaster. It's even getting dangerous to enter some streets or buildings. Even the locals attack you.
Really?
It sounds like
Sure
things
they
have
aren't
been a
vampires?
bit rough recently. What's
Like as
happened?
vampires.
Yesterday I got attacked by the patient I was bringing here. I escaped through the hospital's garden, but I lost my wallet when I was running.
You left an infected patient outside the hospital. That's incredibly dangerous.
Go there yourself if you want, but be careful, Doctor. I'd rather not bring your dead body back.
Yeah, I mean, shit. Do you want to be the dead guy? If the patient's
How is
crazy,
the situation around here?
You want to
Not
hear
like
the
he has help.
situation is all right? It's fucking awful. We lack everything, and it's getting worse every day.
Are you really smuggling weapons through the hospital?
And why not? I've already been attacked by patients, you know. And by gang members willing to steal my money.
But you're not defending yourself. You're selling guns to civilians.
You keep people alive your own way, Doctor. I offer them another way to protect their health.
Everybody got a gun, nobody ain't gonna shoot at nobody. It's called the deterrence policy. Does it ever actually work?
Goodbye, Milton.
Kind of, maybe, a little bit. Not exactly. Your city needs you.
Dr. Swansea is right. This place seems perfect to conduct my research.
Oh, that's a nice looking little hospital.
Street corner. The daily routine.
Good evening, sir. Can I help you?
Unless you're here to fix my face. No. I don't think you can help me.
I mean, I
I'm
can
Dr.
beat you
Reed.
with a pretty
I've
stick.
recently
Maybe
taken
that'll
the
fix
position
it.
of head surgeon here. War injuries, am I right?
You guessed right, Doctor. German shell took my pretty little mug right off. But they still call me Thomas Elwood.
Yep. This guy's patient to get rid of.
How is your stay with us, Mr. Elwood?
Oh, it's
Open a
bliss.
can with your teeth.
I just escaped death in the trenches to be surrounded again by the moans of the dying.
Can I ask you precisely why you're a patient here?
It's the pain, sir. The drugs don't work. It just hurts under the scars, if you get my drift.
Can I do anything for your pain?
Nurses gave me a bunch of pills. No effect. Told you. It's like the flames are under my skin, burning away.
So, psychosomatic symptoms?
Who is treating you? Is someone in particular looking after you?
Psychosomatic fire.
Nobody since the old and tired doctor spoke to me. Started to think I was forgotten about. Wouldn't blame you.
You don't seem worried by that.
My face hurts so much more when I smile or cry. I've learned it's easier not to speak. But be assured I'm smiling inside.
Yeah, I can just see that sunny disposition shining through.
Where were you stationed, sir? Did you serve for long?
I really don't want to talk about all this shit.
No offense. I was pushing too much. I served in France myself. I just wanted to know what happened to you.
You were an officer, weren't you? Then I doubt we fought the same war, sir. No offense.
Oh, he ain't gonna talk anymore.
Goodbye for
Bye-bye.
now, Mr. Elwood.
Fear and disgust on every street corner. The
It's
day
very important to talk to everybody.
I cannot enter.
And this door's locked, and it will stay locked for a while.
Good evening, Mr. Hampton. How do you feel?
Dr. Reed, is it? Oh, sir, I must apologize for my behavior.
What do you mean?
I was not myself in the factory. Fear and exhaustion made me say awful things to you, I'm afraid.
You remained perfectly nice and polite. A little delirious, perhaps. But who wouldn't be after enduring an abduction?
Thank you, Doctor. That's a relief. Now all I need to do is rest and return to my flock.
Your flock? Little cluster flock?
How did you end up in William Bishop's den?
I had received alarming news about his recent behavior. I went to his place and he refused to let me go.
Why did he abduct you?
William was an alcoholic. His addiction suddenly changed to blood. I don't know why. Just like a patient I met here. This Miss Hawcroft.
You dared to enter this awful place alone. You're a hero, Mr. Hampton. Or a fool.
I'm just a man trying to help his friends, Dr. Reed. William Bishop was a conflicted soul, searching for light.
Well, at least he just thinks the dude was crazy.
Do you know Tom Watts? The bartender from the Turtle. I met him before I found you in the canning factory.
Tom? Yes, of course. Always the helping hand, good old Tom. Without men like him, corruption and despair would have wiped out the East End long ago.
Despair.
People are still in despair.
How could it be otherwise? The authorities have left us all to rot in this contagious nightmare. No drugs, no advice, nothing. It's a damn shame.
Who should I avoid in this part of town, then? Any particularly evil figures?
Not really. Most men and women are just doing their best. And it's not my habit to speak ill of people I know, Doctor.
Well, start developing the damn habit, because I want you
How
to
did
talk.
you end up in William Bishop's?
I had received...
What is the general situation in the East End docks?
The situation has always been tough, with a lot of tensions between the gangs and the dockers' trade union. The Wet Boot Boys are very nervous since they lost their leader.
Who leads the gang now?
Since Clay Cox went missing, it's his wife Edwina who runs the show, with the assistance of her minion, Booth Digby.
Well, he's actually should be coming into the hospital pretty soon.
Has the gang
so...
been threatening you?
Ah, no. I've had this nickname for so long, you know? The sad saint of the East End. No one dares to bug a saint. Not even criminals.
Yeah, then... never know when they need to confess.
What do you do for a living, Mr. Hampton? I can't help but notice the cross around your neck.
I manage a night asylum for the poor and homeless of the docks. And I try to guide the lost and hesitant on the right path to our Lord.
Oh boy.
Are you a priest, Mr. Hampton? A deacon, maybe?
Not at all, Doctor. I'm just a man of faith willing to preach the good word.
Oh boy. Self-made priest. Run! Run! Run!
Why didn't you use your cross against William Bishop? To repel him somehow?
That's a very strange question, Doctor. A cross is no magical token, if that's what you were trying to say. Not mine, anyway.
Again, he just thought this friend was crazy.
How do you feel, Mr. Hampton? Medically speaking, I mean.
I feel exhausted. Beyond exhaustion, actually. William drank so much of my blood in his madness. I feel... empty.
You're in good hands here. Dr. Swansea is well versed in blood transfusion, and I'm sure he'll take the best care of you.
Thank you, sir. I believe all I need is rest.
Did they discover the whole
then I can go back to the people who need me.
Oh, plus minus yet? Or...
Have you made friends since you arrived?
Not really, but I recognize Miss Harriet Jones. I knew her when she lived by the docks. That poor woman had such a miserable life.
You never came to see her here at Pembroke? Receiving visits when sick can be an important part of the healing process, you know. We're not just bodies.
You're preaching to the converted now, Doctor. To be truly honest, I thought she was dead. She left the docks many months ago.
Goodbye,
well,
Mr.
I guess
Hampton.
good she survived.
We'll talk again later.
Anyway, I said, very important to talk to everybody. And I mean everybody.
Daily routine.
Good evening, miss. I'm Dr. Reed, the new surgeon at the Pembroke Hospital. And who are you?
Your name has no meaning to me, mortal. You're nothing but dust blown by the winds of eternity.
I beg your pardon.
What are you begging for, mortal? My clemency? Well, tonight maybe I'm inclined to mercy. You'll never forget the night you met Thelma Howcroft.
You keep calling me mortal. Why is that? And if I'm mortal, what are you?
Well, Dr. Reed, if you must know, I'm a vampire.
Sure you are. Yeah, this one's crazy.
And why do you believe you're a vampire?
I don't need to believe anything. It is what I am. It is what I feel within this hollow shell of flesh.
Please, describe to me how you feel. What is it like to be a vampire?
I can hear my body crumble from the inside as my flesh cracks and fades. I sense the last pulse of postulant blood within my drying veins. I need new blood.
Yeah, good.
I see. Have you ever heard of Cotard syndrome, Miss Howcroft?
Never.
It's a mental illness discovered by a French neurologist named Jules Cotard. The affected patients are delusional. They believe that they are putrefying, that they are dead, a ghost or a ghoul, or in your case, a vampire.
Actual thing, by the way.
Oh, sad and petty mortal. You can't even begin to understand the concept of immortality. And you think it is I who am delusional.
This is so much more funny. She doesn't know she's talking to an actual vampire.
I'm assuming you must be a patient here. Am I right, Miss Howcroft?
Well, she's
It's
definitely
only
not a doctor.
To hide from my enemies. I can leave whenever I want. As a woman, a spirit, fog, or bat.
Do it now.
Who are these enemies you mentioned?
Yeah, let me
Can
see
you
you fly
describe
away.
I cannot say for sure. But I sense their eyes on me from nearby. I feel them watching me every time I visit the garden near the morgue.
The staff here are not your enemy. They're here to help you, to care for you.
I'm not speaking of the doctors in white. I'm speaking of the men and women who hunt me, for I am a vampire.
I see. Don't worry. These people will not find you here. I'll personally make sure they leave you alone.
Thank you, mortal, but do not interfere with them, for you are no match for those that hunt me.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Who are you really, Miss Howcroft? I mean, apart from
straight jacket.
Is that not enough for you, puny mortal? What do you require? Proof of my powers?
I'm curious
That'd
to
be
know
good for a
who you
start.
were before becoming a vampire.
It was such a long time ago, I don't remember. Centuries of unholy life can have strange effects on one's minds, you see?
Sure they can. Okay.
I'll leave you, Mistress of the Dark, to your nocturnal activities.
Spitting, sneezing, coughing, spread influenza, spread by droplets sprayed from nose and throat. Do not cough in public. Nurses are needed now. In the name of mercy, they depend on you. Anyway, that's all the time we have for this video, so thank you for watching. Remember to like, comment, subscribe if you like when it comes subscribed. And remember to follow me on Twitter for channel updates, pictures of dogs and cats, and whatever else I put up there. So goodbye, humans and non-humans alike, and good whatever applies to you.